Good morning, students. Welcome to New Era Global School online teaching class. So, this is your Devi ma'am, EVS teacher. So, this week we have started our chapter number 12, that is our solar system. So, today's topic we are going to discuss about the movements of the earth. Okay. So, before entering into this today's session, what are the things we have covered up to now? So we'll take a quick recap of this chapter. Okay. So we have started our chapter number 12, solar system. In that we have seen about the sun and we seen about our 8 planets, right? Then yesterday we have seen about the what do you mean by the term satellites? Okay, what is the satellite? How many type of satellites are there? So there are two type of satellites. One is called as a natural satellite and second one is called as an artificial satellite. So natural satellite means the natural objects that present by nature, they are called as an natural satellites. One very good example, it is called our moon. Okay. Then talking about the artificial satellite, these satellites are made by the man for some purposes. Okay. For example, Sputnik 1, these are all the artificial satellites. So for collecting some useful information, okay, what is present in the atmosphere, apart from planets, what are the things present here? For the telephone communication, radio communication, televisions, to track the positions of the system. For these purposes, the artificial satellites are made. Then we seen about our stars and constellation, right? So the stars, they are very hot balls of gases. So the stars are the luminous object. They produce their own light and heat. From our earth, it appears to be very small. Why? Because they are far away from us. Then we seen about the constellations, that is the group of stars that form a patterns in the sky. They are called constellations. The two examples are Ursa Major and Orion. Okay. Then, so this is up to your yesterday's topic. And today we will discuss about the movements of the earth. Okay. What do you mean by the term movement of the earth? So, we have day and night, right? So, if you see the watch clock, there will be 24 hours. In 24 hours, 12 hours it is said to be day and 12 hours it is said to be night. How this take place? How this day and night take place? So due to the movement of the earth, okay? So due to the movement of the earth, we have the day and night. So, did you know that the earth is not still? If you see that the earth is moving or not, so it is moving all the time. Okay, in all the time, the earth will be rotating the or revolving around the sun. So the earth is made up of the two movements. Okay, it consists of the two movements. One is called the rotation and second one it is called revolution. What is this? First one it is called rotation and second one it is called revolution. So first we will learn about the rotation. This might be you learn in your SS also. Okay. So what is a rotation? So the earth spins about an imaginary line. It is called the axis. Okay. So the earth will provide the two movement. One is called a rotation and second one it is called revolution. Rotation means the earth rotating itself. Okay. Revolution means it is revolving around the sun. Okay. So in this rotation, the earth spins in an imaginary line. So this we call as axis. So the axis has the two poles. The upper one, it is called the north pole, and the last one, it is called the south pole. Upper to north pole, lower to south pole, and it spins in the middle. It is having the equator. Okay, through the center of the earth, it is spinning. And then the earth axis is tilted at an angle. Okay, in this angle position, the earth will be spinning. So this spinning movement of the earth about its own axis, it is called as a rotation. So the earth spins around itself. So इसमें axis में वो कुछ spin होती है. So it is called as a rotation. So for this rotation, it takes 24 hours. Okay, the earth takes about the 24 hours to complete one rotation. So another imaginary lines run horizontally across the earth at an equal distance from both the poles. It is called as an equator. Okay, so vertical line means it is called axis. Horizontal line means it is called as an equator. It divides the poles in equal distance. Okay, so the equator cuts the earth into two halves. It is called as an hemisphere. As I before told, the above the equator, it is called the northern hemisphere, and below the equator, it is called as a southern hemisphere. Okay, what is this? I am repeating again, talking about the rotation. The earth rotates itself. Okay, the spinning movement on the earth about its axis, it is called the rotation. It takes about 24 hours for one complete rotation. So along with that, another imaginary line will be there. It runs horizontally at an equal distance from both the poles and is called as an equator. So the equator cuts the earth into two halves. It is called hemisphere. Half above the equator, it is called the northern hemisphere, and half below the equator, it is called the southern hemisphere. Okay. Then formation of day and night. How the day and night will occurs. So the rotation of the earth, it causes the day and night. Okay, only the rotation of the earth, it is caused by the day and night. At any moment of the side of the earth that faces the sun and receive the sunlight, it is called as a daytime. Okay, during the rotation, in which phase the earth is facing the sun, that is called as a daytime. And the other side, what happened? The sunlight will not be there and it is entirely dark. So that region, it is called as a night. So like this, the continuously the earth will be rotating on its axis. Okay. Similarly, the places that were facing the sun slowly move away from the sun and they have the night. Simple. Okay. Formation of the day and the night during the rotation. What happened? So during the rotation, half of the earth will be facing the sun. So the sunlight will be taking place. It is called the daytime. And the other side, it is entirely dark because the face of the earth, it is not getting the sunlight. So that region, it is called as a night. So like this, continuously the earth will be rotating on its axis. Okay. And then talking about the revolution. Okay. So we have seen about the revolution, and now we will see about the revolution, rotation and revolution. So the movement of the earth around the sun in its orbit, it is called as a revolution. Okay, the earth will be revolving around the sun in its particular orbit. It is called as a revolution. So it takes about 365 one and a half days or one solar year to complete the one revolution. So for completing one round of the sun, the earth is taking 365 and a half days. Okay. So for convenience, we can consider a calendar to have 365 days and we add an extra day to the month of the February for every 4 years to make the 366 days. तो क्या बोलती है, as it was 365 and half. For every 4 years, this half will be reduced. We have to take only 365 and the half days will be reduced. Okay, the extra day to the month of the February. That half of day, it will be added in the February month for every 4 years. So in that year, it has 366 days. So it is called as a leap year. Okay, what is that? It is called as a leap year. So what is a revolution? The movement of the earth around the sun in its particular orbit. It is called as a revolution. So for taking one complete revolution, it takes 365 and half days. Okay, so we can call them as an one solar year. So for convenience, what we have to do, we have to take only the 365 days and the extra half day will be added to the month of February. So at the end of 4 years, it will complete 366 days. That 366 days is known as a leap year. Okay? Understood? So next talking about the changes in the season. How the changes in the season take place. Okay. So as we all know, we have the common 4 seasons. What are they? One is said to be in summer season. Second one winter season. Third one is spring season. And fourth one it is called as an autumn season. So how these seasons take place. Okay. So the revolution of the earth and the tilt of the earth axis cause the changes in the season. So when the earth is rotating, along with that the axis, okay, is the tilt of the, as the slanting position of this axis, it causes the change in season. Okay, as the earth axis is tilted, the rays of the sun falls directly on one hemisphere. Okay, what happened when the earth's axis is tilting, the sun rays will fall directly on one hemisphere and another it will be slanting. Okay, so the hemisphere which receives the direct rays, it is said to be the summer with hotter days. And the other hemisphere, it receives only the slanting rays, so it is called as a winter with the colder days. Okay, I'm repeating again. So how the changes in the season take place? It depends upon the revolution of the earth and the tilt of the earth axis. So when the earth axis is tilted, what happened? The sun rays falls directly on one hemisphere. So at that time what happened? That region will have the summer season and the days will be very hotter. On the other side, what happened? The other hemisphere, it will be receives the slanting rainfall, slanting rays. So it is called as a winter season or it is called as a colder days. Okay. Then as the earth revolves, okay, as the earth revolves around the sun, over the month, the season in the two hemisphere get reversed. So while revolution, what will happen? So the hemisphere will be reversed. Then what happened? The northern hemisphere, first it has a summer. Now it will have the winter. If the southern hemisphere is having the summer, the northern will have the winter. Like that it will be exchanging. When the northern hemisphere tilts away from the sun, it has a winter. So the summer hemisphere, it has a summer. Okay, I'm repeating again, listen. So as the earth revolves around the sun, what happened over the months? The season in the two hemisphere get reversed. Okay. When the northern hemisphere is tilted towards the sun, it has the summer and the southern hemisphere has the winter. If the northern hemisphere tilts away from the sun, it will have the winter and the southern hemisphere will have the summer. Okay. And then next one, change in the season. So, at 2 points in the Earth orbit, the position of the Earth is such that neither of the hemisphere are tilted towards the sun. So, next we are talking about the spring season and the autumn season. Okay. First we have seen the summer and winter. Now we are discussing about the autumn season and spring season. At the 2 points in the Earth orbit, the position of the Earth is such that neither of the hemisphere are tilted towards the sun. So at the time what happened? One hemisphere will have the spring and other hemisphere will have the autumn. Like same it will be reversed here. So in hemisphere summer will be followed by the autumn and winter will be followed by the spring. Okay. So this is said to be the change in the seasons. So I am repeating again. So what are the topics today we have covered? So first we have seen about what do you mean by the term rotation and revolution. So the earth will perform the two movements. One is called as the rotation and second one it is called as a revolution. So what is the rotation? The rotation means the earth revolves around its own axis. It is called as a rotation. And revolution means the earth revolves around the sun. Okay, it will be revolving around the sun. Okay, it is called as a revolution. For doing this rotation, the earth will take one day, that is 24 hours. For doing the revolution, it will take 365 1.5 days. Okay. And then we have seen about how the days and nights are formed. Okay. So due to this rotation only, the day and night will be taking place. So during the rotation, the phase in which the earth receives the sunlight, okay, that is called as a day. And the phase which does not get the sunlight and it will be dark, it is called as a night. Okay. So like this it will be continuing its rotation. Day and night continuously it will be happening. So then we have seen about the revolution. So the movement of the earth around the sun in its own orbit. It is called as a revolution. Okay. For completing this, it will take 365 half days. Okay. 1/4 days. So what we have to do? We have to take the calendar year for only 365 days and we add that extra day, okay, to the month of the February. So every 4 years after, what will happen? It will become 366 days. So these 366 days, it is called as a leap year. It happens once in 4 years. Then we have seen about the change in the season. So there are 4 seasons are there: summer, winter, autumn and spring. How this take place? Okay. So the earth revolves around the sun over the month. It has the two spheres. One is called as the northern hemisphere and bottom one it is called as a southern hemisphere. So during the rotation it is a vertical position and one line it will be cutting the middle portion. It is called as an equator. The horizontal line cutting the center of the earth, it is called as an equator. Okay. So during this region what happened? The hemisphere, which hemisphere receives the direct sunlight? It has a summer. On the other side it will be very winter. So during the month it will be reversed. Now the northern hemisphere will get the slanting rays. So it is winter. And the southern hemisphere it will be going to the top. Okay. It receives the direct sunlight. So it is called as a summer season. So like this, continuously the seasons will be taking place. Okay, another autumn and the spring. Okay, here also are the 2 points in the earth orbit. The position of the earth, that is tilted towards the sun. So during that time it has the spring season, and another side it will have the autumn season. So this is up to your topic. Today's topic we have finished, and tomorrow we will take a quick recap of this chapter. That is overall review of this chapter. So up to this, go through this chapter. If anybody having any doubts, you can ask me. Okay, students.